Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Benji's Corner. On this channel, our goal is to reach people through music, scripture songs, and also conversation. We're going to be doing primarily music because a lot of people, we sing scripture songs and we just kind of gloss over them. We don't really dissect it to really understand that it is the scriptures that are being put into song, as to keep in our memories. I would just like to give a brief personal story. How I came about, or how I came to singing. When I was growing up, I was very young, and I can remember the first time my mom heard me harmonize with her, because you see, my mom used to get up early in the morning, and she used to be singing, and we used to put the pillow over our ears so that she don't disturb us, but we still could not block her out. And so, after a few years, she heard me harmonize for the first time, and she was so happy. And, we were singing with our mom everywhere. She would go to funerals. She would go to weddings. We will have to sing in church. And, it was just singing constantly. And we just had this natural, my whole family, we had this natural talent of just harmonizing. We didn't need to learn any part or anything. It's just one person strike up a note and the next person start tenor, and baritone or alto, it was just organic. So, from then we moved, and as we moved to the country, they call it the country. It's not really country, but they call it country. So we moved there, and we used to sing occasionally. It was not so much, but we used to sing occasionally. We still used to go sing at funerals and so forth. And I started to really get more into music. My mother was always pushing us to sing. My father used to encourage me to go and listen to, people play instruments or at church, and also sing, and they recognized my talent. But where we grew up, there was no musical schools or anything for us to further that or improve that talent to the level which it could have been improved to. So anyhow, we were just doing the regular family group kind of, just singing, and then I moved over to the city, and I moved to the city, and I was just there going to church for a few years, and finally I met this guy, who's not alive now, Leland Walker, and he used to encourage me to sing because he heard me singing outside, and he called me to sing at a talent show at church, and I went up there, and I was so nervous, and it was like I was not there. It was like I was floating because I felt I couldn't feel my feet. My voice was trembling, and after I finished, I didn't know where I was and what I did, but I walked off that stage, and then he said to me, "I know you can sing." And he encouraged me, and I used to pray, and ask God to please take this fear away from me, because that thing is real. Please take this fear away from me. And so God helped me to meet one of the guys. I'm going to mention his name, Curtis Lewis, helped me to meet Curtis because I knew Curtis from the place that I just moved from. And so when I met Curtis, Curtis says, through a family member, Curtis says, we have a group and you should come. So I went and, I became a part of the group, and it was called Dynamic Force. And, I started doing the bass, and we took off. We were traveling around the country singing for most of our presidents. We sang for CARICOM, Ministry of Finance. We were singing just constantly, and God was really blessing us and helping us to mature, and God was taking away my fear of being on stage by myself, little by little. As much as I willed myself to do this singing, God started to peel away this fear from me. And so Dynamic Force kept traveling, and we traveled to the United States. We tore a couple cities, and we were just singing, and God was continuing to bless us. And then eventually, we all kind of separated. We all came to the United States, and the United States is a very big place. So it was not like we could have meet up for practice in the afternoon. Everybody was living in different states. So, I was just singing now and again, and then eventually, I moved to another place, and I was singing there, and then I moved to Florida, and, I was not singing that often. But then I joined another group at a church I attended, and we were singing there also. We were doing pretty well. We were doing pretty well, and and then I moved on. Of course, when the pandemic came, everybody was at home, so I made a choice to go to a next church, and I was there. And, I wasn't singing, just seldom singing there, and I longed for a space where I can just express myself, and just use my talent for Christ, because I don't see myself as the best of anything, but what I know is that God gave me a talent, and I want to use this talent to reach people, to bless people. And I believe God gave me this talent, and I know it's something that should have been thought of, earlier and done earlier, but it's never too late, and once we are alive, God gave us the commission to go into all the world and preach and teach all nations, and wherever we are in our neighborhoods, wherever we can reach people at our jobs, in the supermarket, wherever we go. Let us all that profess to love Christ do the work that He has given us to do, which is evangelism. We have to mourn. Blessed are they that mourn, not mourn, because you're sorrowful alone, but mourn for the souls of others, that they shall be comforted. So I pray that as this channel grows, as we present songs to inspire and to lift you up and to encourage, I pray that you will be blessed and your lives will be transformed. And I pray that God will be seen in everything that we do. So I would like to invite every one of you to come join, come join us, subscribe, hit the bell icon, become a part of this family. And so I will see you on the next video. Thank you very much.